Hi everybody and welcome back. My name is Tristan. I am your resident AI nerd, and today I want to show you a very, very simple custom GPT that you can build that has literally made me, oh shoot, what am I up to? About 15,000 reoccurring over the last 3 months. So it's what, like $45,000? Holy crap. This is really cool. And if you do need help setting this up, then go and join my Facebook group. We're also setting up a private Discord server that's probably going to be paid just because I'm going to be posting a lot of like my smaller courses and tutorials and stuff like that. And but yeah, that's a topic for another day. But this is the internal doc generator. And so what this thing does is it creates all of my proposals, it creates all of my project scopes, it creates all of my draft agreement documentation, letters of understanding, those kinds of things, because I'm really, really, really bad at that. I kind of put it off and then I forget about it, and then I'm sending out a proposal to a client a month later, and it's not a great thing, right? So this has definitely saved a lot of headache for me. So let me show you what's happening here on the back end real quick. I guess we'll start with the instructions. So the first chunk of the instructions, probably not going to be anything useful for you guys from like here up. This is just Cynthia. This is my AI assistant prompt. I add in there because I think she's funny. So the first thing I have in here is just a summary of who I am, the kind of services that I offer, what I do, a little bit of my background. And really the goal behind this is just that way the AI knows who I am, what it is I do, and how I help people, right? After that, contact information. Then I have my pricing for my different services, and that's all saved right here. So I have consulting, group coaching, which is something we're going to be starting here really soon, and partnerships. So this part's all pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And then after that, I have some documents that I've given it. And so let me load some of these things up real quick so I can show you. So this is for my AI content generation. So like using Harpa to go through and generate content based off of certain inputs, right? So this just kind of explains what it does, explains how it works, all this kind of really helpful stuff, and just kind of the whole thing. And then also like pricing for it. This is just like my overall pricing stuff, some testimonials and everything else that go in here, all that. And then this like social media management. So like this is something my VAs actually do. So they're leeching off of me and my work and my audience in order to promote their own stuff, but that's kind of what you'd expect. It's my wife. And then over here I have a proposal template, and then I have just some information on my consulting. So like I offer asynchronous consulting just because I'm still dealing with some health stuff, kind of a pain in the butt. And then a list of like case studies and things like that. So all these things are saved over here. And so I could just sit down and say, okay, I need to write out a project scope for, this new consulting thing I'm going to do. And then the AI will go through and create that for me based off of the templates. It'll ask for some details, pricing, client name, that kind of stuff. But you can actually make this significantly cooler by adding on an additional, 2 additional bits of technology. So the first bit of technology I'd recommend that you include with this is something called Read.ai. They don't have an affiliate link, so this isn't sponsored or anything. But Read.ai is really, really, really helpful. So what this will do is it will record your Zoom calls. It will record like Microsoft Teams, that kind of stuff. And it will give you a summary of the call. It will give you the chapters and topics that were talked about, action items that were listed. In this case, it's pulling from the user's or from the other person's name. So like the guy's name was Mike. I was talking about this, key questions that we were talking about. I can add notes to this if I want to. And then down here it also has the transcript for the video, for the call, excuse me. And then down here, close that. It also has like highlights and the different chapters and everything, so like the different parts and pieces of everything. But what's really cool about this then is we can take this information, we can load this into the custom GPT in order to create a project scope, right? Any of those documentations we were just talking about based off of this. So I have 2 options. You can either just take this, copy and paste it into ChatGPT, or what I prefer doing is I have Harpa. So let me make this a little bit bigger real quick so you guys can see it. What Harpa does is it creates a content-aware instance of ChatGPT. So what that means is that it can see the things on this website. It can read this text, and then it connects to my ChatGPT account. It can also connect to you can connect to pretty much anything using the API. It also has Gemini built into it, Claude built into it, your custom GPT, so we'll talk about here in a second, and GPT 3.5 and 4. So anything you can do in ChatGPT, you can do in here. but with the addition of having access to whatever's on the page that you're running or that you have open. So let me show you how this works. I can come over here. I can make sure that my internal doc generated GPT is selected. I'll make sure that my page awareness is turned on. And I'll say, I need to create a project scope for AI consulting based on this transcript. I want to make sure to cover all the pain points that the other person mentioned. Anything else I want to add to this? And my pricing is going to be my hourly rate. Oh, I should have told the other guy's name was Mike. Oh well. But there it goes. So based on your meeting, the transcript from the meeting, here's the date. It's clear the primary focus is developing an application for automatic social media posting and content curation. Exactly what we talked about. And there is my information. Consulting at $500 an hour. The objective, scope of the work, and so on and so forth. So I said this thing maybe about 45 grand. That's not an exaggeration. So what I've been doing with this is I will hop on to these calls, these sales calls with folks, and then I will, talk through everything, make sure I'm getting all the notes and everything that I need, make sure I'm asking all the questions I need to ask, and then I take the transcript from all this and I run it through this custom GPT. It creates all this documentation for me. So this is creating the scope. I can say, okay, I need some kind of an agreement. I need a list of deliverables. I need, whatever else I want to do with this. I can say, could you create a checklist for me to make sure that I am delivering everything I told the client that I was going to deliver, just so I can make sure that my delivery, right, is exactly what the client was asking for. I can even take this and I can send them back a summary of the call saying, or I can even just send them the link here to read, but it's pretty darn cool. So, and then like I said, I've been able to close 3 new clients with this, one at 7,500, one at 500, or excuse me, 7,500, one at 5,000, and then I just did another one at 2,500, and then this, however much this project turns out being. So it's pretty darn neat. And like I said, it's saving me a ton of money, and it is helping me to automate my business. It's helping me to kind of cover some of the weak points in my own business that I am not great at fulfilling myself. So if this is something that's helpful for you guys, if this is something that is valuable, please let me know in the comments, because that lets me know if I need to keep making this kind of stuff. And also don't forget to come and join the cult, because this is where all the fun is. We're all kind of going crazy over the Sora releases yesterday, which is just absolutely bonkers. So, and if you are looking for some additional videos to watch after this one, then I highly recommend my videos on creating a Harpa prompt, and then just like the Harpa tutorials and some of the other Harpa things I have in there, because it's really, really useful. So that's it for me. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.